Hello, movie minions. Just wanted to take a minute to drop a few Hollywood updates on you. A quick little video just to keep you all up to date with some stuff that's going on. We are currently working on the studio, so you're going to see some construction over the next few episodes till we get it done. So please forgive that. But really needed to drop some stuff on you. So wanted to make sure you guys were up to date on everything we knew. Recently, we did a video regarding Tron Ares. You may remember that one. Tron Ares is currently in the works, and they dropped a few announcements. The first thing they told us is this is going to receive a theatrical release. Why is that a big deal? Well, because we didn't know if it was going to be Disney Plus or theaters. Looks like it is going to be hitting the theaters. But they also gave us a date as far as when to expect it to hit the big screen. That date is October 10th, 2025. Now, I've gone on record as sharing my love for Tron. I absolutely love the Tron movies. So my hopes for this one are high. We're going to keep our fingers crossed that everything works out okay in the end. Next up on the slate, Keanu Reeves is joining the cast of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This is really good casting news. I mean, this was some fan casting come true right here. Keanu is set to voice Shadow in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The Sonic films have made a ton at the box office, and this one is expected to do the same. Reeves is going to be joining Ben Schwartz, who is the voice of Sonic, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, who is the voice of Tails, and of course Idris Elba, who is the voice of Knuckles. Also, I believe Knuckles is getting a TV series before this film releases, so be looking for that. And Jim Carrey is returning as Dr. Robotnik, and after a little bit of footage was shown at CinemaCon 2024, we now know that he will be more accurately proportioned to his video game counterpart. This is something Carrey had pushed for in the last movie. I guess he's getting his way in this one. He's going to be bulked up somewhat, so that's kind of fun, especially for the fans. For better or worse, this next bit has been reported. Paramount is working on a G.I. Joe Transformer crossover. Now, for those who saw it at the end of Rise of the Beast, there was a teaser for this. It looks like it is happening. This one was also announced at CinemaCon, and we are being told that should hit sometime in 2025 or early 2026. Now, personally, I haven't been very pleased with either franchise as of late. I thought Bumblebee was a pretty good movie, but the rest have kind of let me down. I don't really know that this can revive where they've been heading. I mean, it would have to be some spectacular writing. Honestly, I didn't think I would like the first Sonic movie either, and I did, so maybe they're going to trick me on this one. I will say I watched the trailer for Transformers 1. If you have not, you should check that out. And it looks like a lot of fun. So, I don't know. There's always hope. We shall see. 28 years later. This is some really cool news. Now, personally, I enjoyed the hell out of 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. And a lot of us thought there was going to be a 28 Months Later, but that one never happened. We then heard rumblings of 28 Years Later, and now we have some news on that one. Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are writing not one, but 3 films in this series. We also know that while Danny Boyle will be directing the first film, it looks like Nia DaCosta is going to be directing the second. No word yet on who might helm that third film, but Garland did tell the Real Blend podcast that the films were about the passage of time and thinking about what effect the passage of time would have. Is it what you would traditionally call a post-apocalyptic state, or has something else begun to manifest? Time is really at the core of the engine for this film. So, I really enjoyed those first 2 movies, and, they kind of breathed a breath of fresh air. Not to say these are infected, they're not really considered zombies, but it was a new take on the genre, and I think a lot of us really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with this one. Hey guys, give me 20 quick seconds just to talk about our sponsor, who are great, by the way, and we only put them on the show because we think you would like them, because we like them. That is BustedTees.com. Tees like in t-shirts. They have all your geeky, fun, inspired apparel, from socks to shirts and hoodies and hats and stickers, all inspired by your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Head over to BustedTees.com. Drop your stuff in your cart, and at checkout, use our code JASON25945. That is JASON25945. You're going to get 20% off over at BustedTees.com. Next up is kind of a cool piece of news. Chris Farley biopic is in the works. Now, this is going to be based on the book, The Chris Farley Show, a biography in 3 acts. That was written by Farley's brother, Tom, along with Tanner Colby. Lorne Michaels, you might know from Saturday Night Live, is going to be producing the film, and Josh Gad is going to be making his directorial debut. They also just announced they have cast Paul Walter Hauser as the title role of Chris Farley. Now, Hauser, you probably know from movies like Cruella, I, Tonya, and of course recently his run in Cobra Kai. He let it be known that he's actually been interested in playing Chris Farley in a film for years now, and that they're trying to be respectful of the man behind hit films such as Black Sheep and Tommy Boy. So, Chris Farley had one of those kind of amazing lives. By all accounts, he was a wonderful human being, but he also struggled a lot with some personal stuff. So this movie has the potential to really have a lot of drama and comedy in it. So let's just hope they do it justice. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this next one, but a Naked Gun reboot is in the works. This one is coming from Seth MacFarlane and Erica Huggins. They're going to be producing it through their Fuzzy Door company. Liam Neeson is set to star in the role originally made famous by Leslie Nielsen. And as weird as it is, I can kind of see it. I don't know if something about that just fits to me. These sorts of comedies aren't really being made much today, so I kind of welcome a return to this kind of comedy. We just don't see it, so we're going to see how this goes. We also know that Pamela Anderson has been cast in the film. As yet, we don't know what role, but the movie is set to be directed by Akiva Schaffer, and they are aiming for a July 18th, 2025 release. Now, the script was penned by Dan Greger and Doug Mand, who wrote the live-action Chip and Dale movie, which was surprisingly enjoyable. And if you have not watched it, I recommend going over to Disney Plus and checking it out. So there you go, Naked Gun reboot. Last up on our list today, we have a Star Trek prequel coming in 2025. There's been a lot of back and forth concerning the Star Trek universe in the last few years, and it seems like we finally have some actual concrete news. The movie is set to be directed by Toby Hayes, who recently directed a number of episodes of Andor, and the movie will be written by Seth Grahame-Smith, who wrote Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter and the Lego Batman movie. He also worked on the upcoming Beetlejuice, and is set to produce a third Gremlins film, so there's another little tidbit of possible information for you right there. Here's the thing. This movie is going to be a prequel, and it's going to take place decades before the introduction of J.J. Abrams' 2009 film. It's going to take place in 2255. To me, this is a really brave move, and it's one I kind of welcome. It's brave because none of the original cast are likely to take part in this in any way, and since it's going to be decades before, we shouldn't even see a Captain Pike kind of scenario. These should be all new characters that we've never been introduced to as of yet. And also, just understand, it also doesn't mean we're not going to be seeing a fourth Chris Pine-led installment with the OG cast, because they've all expressed interest in returning, and we know, as of a few months ago, that Steve Yockey, who has penned stuff for Supernatural, The Flight Attendant, and the Scream series, was actually tasked with writing a script for a fourth installment. So we should be seeing that too. I love Star Trek, so in my opinion, just keep dishing them out. As long as you're giving us good stuff, we'll accept it. And I like the kind of idea of spinning off into a new cast, so we can have like another storyline going on. Well, there you go, movie minions. A quick movie update. What are your guys' thoughts? Any of these you're excited for? Any you think are just a really bad idea? Drop your comments below. And whether you're watching us on TikTok or you're checking out all the additional content on our YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, and share. It is very much appreciated when you guys do that. Until next time, guys, I recommend going and watching Tron, then Tron Uprising, and Tron Legacy, because they're always great. And as always, stay awesome.
Thank you for watching the mixtape. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon for notifications when new videos come out. And remember to always stay awesome.